going on, everybody? How's everybody today? It's nice to hear. So the next on my list is a 9 Inch Nails album. This is 9 Inch Nails 2008 or 2007, depending if you got the digital release or whatever. Mine came out in 2008. I don't know if it's going to focus on that. You can kind of see it there. It's just an instrumental collection of things, little odds and ends things called Ghosts 1 through 4. And I've read two different stories about how this album came about. One report said that this is just leftover stuff from his Year Zero sessions. And then another report said that this is actually a actual album that Trent Reznor went into the studio with, a purpose in mind, that he just wanted to spend 10 weeks and just make some improv kind of tracks. He went in with no agenda, no overthinking, just wanted to be impulsive, and that he's been waiting years to make an album like that. That's the one I tend to believe, because it had a lot of quotes from Trent Reznor interviews and stuff, so I think it was more of a Trent Reznor just wanted to go inside a studio, and it said that he wanted to just make music from visualizations and pictures and stuff, and just make music to describe scenes and scenarios and what's going on in situations, to make it kind of like soundtrack music. And it's pretty much all this is. It's nothing on here that's really all that astounding or groundbreakingly good. Just a couple of it's 2 discs worth of material, and it's pretty much just mood music and atmospheric music. It has some of his more traditional Fragile era kind of instrumentals on here, but nothing really is all that fully realized on here. It's pretty much just a collection of ideas and sound pieces. None of the songs really develop or build into anything. Sure, some songs do have interesting layers of sound and interesting instrumentation, stuff like that, but nothing really builds or has any kind of emotional resonance that's really going to stick with you. This is an album just for really hardcore 9 Inch Nails fans and completists. It was initially released just online with no prior advertising or notification. Just one day it just popped up in the 9 Inch Nails website. I think he might have posted a blog called 2 weeks, and that's all it said. It didn't really imply that anything was coming out in 2 weeks. It said 2 weeks. Take it as you will. This is Trent Reznor's first outing on his as a free man. He actually broke free of his Universal Interscope. He quit his Nothing Interscope label. This was released on something called Null Corperation, which encourages non-commercial reproduction. So if you have a movie or just something you want to put background music to, Trent Reznor says by all means you can use my music as long as you're not making profit off it. He encourages people to do remixes of this kind of shit. But yeah, there's nothing really all that extravagant on here. It's pretty much just 9 Inch Nails light, diet 9 Inch Nails, background music. Like I said, some songs have a little bit of drive and some songs have atmosphere, but it's pretty much just underdeveloped. A lot of people online were comparing this to the Fight Club soundtrack. Other people are comparing this to Brian Eno and Robert Fripp, but I don't think it's really nearly as ambitious or as innovative as Brian Eno or Robert Fripp's work. But yeah, even if you compare it to 9 Inch Nails' back catalog of instrumentals, it doesn't really stand up or hold a candle to his other instrumentals, off of Downward Spiral. A Worn Place was a lot better than this, and on Fragile, La Mer and Complication are a lot better. A lot of the songs in here kind of sound like the mark has been made, though. Trent Reznor didn't work on this alone either. He worked with a guy from Error and 12 Rounds and Tapeworm named Atticus Ross, and Alan Moulder's on here. Alan Moulder, he's a pretty popular guy. Lots of people know about him. He's worked with Gary Newman and Jesus and Mary Chain, Smashing Pumpkins, Perfect Circle, Blonde Redhead, Depeche Mode. And then you got a member of King Crimson, Adrian Belew on here. I don't know why this guy's getting so much credit. There's the drummer from Dresden Dolls. He plays on 2 tracks, and he's always in the blogs and stuff. Played on 2 tracks, just did some drumming. Big deal. Dresden Dolls, gives a shit. But yeah, nothing really all that outstanding here. There are some tracks in here I like, but nothing really mind blowing. It's kind of some interesting artwork on here. There's pictures white sand deserts. And you open it up, it's just close-ups of what's going on in the studio. Trent Reznor fiddling with some knobs or pedals there. Close-up of pedals for an organ, piano. Him showing off his mixers. He's got so many mixers. Look at this. This one's hardly being used at all. There's nothing really going on in this one. But his nice little computers, felt little keyboard. He's kind of showing off his possessions in these liner notes a little. I don't know. He's been acting a little funny since he's been sober. He's buffed up a little as a guitar. More plugs. And he's got credits there. Nothing really there. But yeah, Ghost version 1 through 4. Like, it's cool that he went inside the studio and made an album that he really wanted to make and didn't really have to worry about label constraints, label pressures, trying to be commercial and stuff, making music he wants to do, being a little more experimental. There's no singing on here too, which I thought was kind of sad. Like, I would have liked some actual songs. Like, a lot of people give Trent Reznor flack because they say he doesn't have a lot of vocal range and blah blah blah, but I don't know, he expresses himself quite well. He writes good music. I don't mind his lyrics and stuff. Some people say his lyrics are trite, but I don't care. Like, I like the way he sings. He has a very unique voice. He should have used it on here. Like, there's only a couple songs here that have any kind of vocalization. I don't know if it's actually him doing it or what's going on, but I like Trent Reznor's instrumentals when he actually has a little bit of pressure. This is a guy who works a lot better when, you know, someone's looking over his shoulder, you know, always constantly bugging him to release something. And, you know, when he's a little frustrated, he makes more music. When he's relaxed like this, kind of takes a downturn. Like I said, there are highlights on this album. There are tracks I do enjoy. It's not a complete waste of time, but then again, you know, it's 2 albums worth. Each disc is like around, like, well, disc 1's 52 minutes, disc 2's 57 minutes, so it's almost an hour each. It's almost 2 hours of just Nine Inch Nails instrumentals. Like, it's a little heavy for anybody to take, but if you're a Trent Reznor fan, you just want to listen to his music because he's sexy, it's just another album to, you know, another album to throw in the pile. Nine Inch Nails, Ghost version 1 and 4, released in 2008 on Null Corperation. Peace.